I forgot to record the video. Um, Recover last session. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Blender can be a little glitchy sometimes. Here we are. Create a mesh. So what you want to do is go to Preferences. Go on to Add-ons. Go on to Extra. Hit this button right here. Wait for a sec. Make sure you save the item. Save it as... I want to save it as Club Penguin. Okay? Club Penguin is a registered trademark of Disney. Just a disclaimer. Anyways. So, Wall Factory. I learned this from a particular video. In fact, it was this video. And Igloo's right here. I want to influence my Club Penguin from here. Now, masonry walls right here. Now, negative 25, 25. Leave these around. 0. What does this guy have? 1.5, 0.5, and 0.5, 0.7, 0.3, 0.25. Yep. 2.10, 1. Yep. 0.10, 0.03. Yep. Yep. 10.03.
Modifiers tab.
The only difference is these need to be enabled. I don't even need to enable the mirror. I think disabling this will help. See, ta-da, I just made it in 3 seconds. Well, not really 3 seconds, I'm exaggerating. But it can take 5 seconds to 10 seconds to create this whole thing. But this guy wants me
The start and the end values. They define the start and end points of. We can also change the length of the tunnel by changing the start and the end values. They define the start and end points of the tunnel. Then in the modifiers tab, the circle or will disable the openings and enable the curved option.
Okay, so don't turn on the radial, turn on the curved. Okay. And what you want to do is add an error mirror modifier. Mirrors right here. Yep, pressing into the Y. And I didn't even watch the whole video. Let's watch the whole video.
So we get the quarter of a full circle or a tube, and to remove the uneven edges of the bricks, we have to reduce this edging value to 0.
Yes, reduce the edging to 0. So let's over here. All right. Not exactly what I was looking for. Make sure you don't forget. Do not hit on any other object other than the wall, because you'll lose some important things. Alright, at least the settings are saved. The openings are disabled. The mirror needs to be here. Are both X and Y clicked?
It will make the end of our tunnel perfectly smooth. We can also change the length of the tunnel by changing the start and the end values. They define the start and end points of the tunnel. Then in the modifiers tab, let's add a mirror modifier and mirror it with respect to the y-axis, because in this case, the tunnel is
turn off X. Yeah, it is up. It is off.
Parallel to the x-axis. So that's it, our tunnel is ready, and you can now apply this modifier if you want.
This is very easy. Apply, and then always make sure you save, and then always hit the button. Automatically pack resources, and then save your file.
A lot of Blender users do not realize this, but you always want to hit that button, the pack resources. All right, let's name this the Club Penguin wall. Club Penguin is a registered trademark of Disney. Don't get me sued.
Same way, we can create a subway or a tube station. Nothing is difficult. Now let's discuss how to create a fort, starting from the same basic wall like before. But this time, we need a vertical structure, so first, we'll disable the openings, then enable this radial option. Now, we need to change the value of this bottom field in order to create a hole inside this plate. The top value
Hey, this
is
one's easy. Let's try that. So what we want to do is Shift A. Hit the wall again. Right here. Move this thing. Right here. And then what we want to do is back here. We want to here. Okay. Excuse me. Radial. Hey, DVD. DVD. All right.
its radius, and by changing the bottom value in order to create a hole inside this fill option. Now, we need to change the value of this.
Yes, we changed the bottom. Where's my bottom? Right here. Rubber band. Here we are. An onion ring. Here we are. Simple. This is the simplest project I've ever worked on in my life for Blender. For Game Gen, really. I can't believe it. I like this. I love Game Gen and I love Blender.
Bottom field value, we can create a ring type structure.
That's both.
We need to also change individual brick size, so let's change the width to 2.
Width is 2. I forget. I keep losing everything when I'm off this browser.
And the depth to say structure.
The depth should be at 1. Okay. Now it's thinner. There's no like strict requirement. You can make it however you want.
We need to also change individual brick size, so let's change the width to 2, and the depth to say 1. So, here we are ready with just one layer of the vertical structure. Now we need to duplicate it. You can either use Shift-D, or simply copy-paste this ring wall to create a copy, and select this new copy. We need to move it above the first layer, so change its Z location to 1, or maybe 1.1, so that there is a little bit of gap between these two layers.
I put it in the wrong location. Excuse me.
We need to also change its Z rotation, so that the layers are placed with some offset, like a brick structure. Now select them together, and join them from here. We have to then go to the Modifiers tab, and add an array modifier. Change the X factor to 0, and the Z factor to 1, and the count value can be 10, or some other number based on. Change the X factor to 0, and the Z factor.
That should be a 2.
Factor to 1, and the count value can be 10, or some other number based on how tall you want it to.
Alright, so 0, 0, 1. I like this. I really like this. I love this. It is awesome. But it won't fit the igloo. So, over here, we are. As far as this one goes, it's alright here, the way it is. This one, hooray. Hooray! Nice. Rubber band. Alright. Here we are. I like for it to touch the ground personally. That's just me.
To be. So the vertical structure is ready. We'll now add the top part of this fort.
Consistency.
So again, go to the add menu and add a basic wall through the wall factory. This time, we have to turn on both the radial and the
Alright, for this one, let's tap on this one. Wall factory. Alright, so actually let's get rid of this one. We're gonna go back to where we are. Alright. So, let's get rid of this now. We don't need it. Turn on N. Right here. Alright. So, get this over here. Wall factory. Cool. We need to turn both of these on. Nice. Okay.
curved options, and we'll also use Krenel's option.
Kremls. Very important. Krenels. My bad.
We can adjust this field in order to increase the Krenel height. Let's make it 0.4%.
0.4%. Here we are. 0.4%.
And the width field can be 0.15.
0.15. Here we are.
We need to then move it upward to the top, so let's change the Z location here. And it should
24. Okay. Location to 24 CM.
be also upside down, so we need to change the X rotation or the Y rotation to 180.
180.
Then scroll up to the brick dimension. We need to change these dimensions in order to get our Krenels look better. We'll first change the width to 1.5.
The width is at 1.5 right below block sizing. Block sizing. Block sizing. Yep. It's already at 1.5, so it doesn't need it.
Then the height can be say 0.3.
Height can be 0.3 right below this. And then
And finally the depth can be say 2.
depth
So the
can be
Krenels
2. Alright.
now look good, along with the parapet wall. We need to ensure that the radius of this top portion is matching with that of the vertical part. We can fine-tune these values to match them. Let's fast
14.5 on top. And then
forward this, since the
12.5 on the bottom. Why is bottom on top and top on bottom? I don't understand that. That's something weird about
there is
the
nothing to
graphics
discuss.
system.
It's just based on trial and error. Overall, you'll need
Probably a mistake. And then over here, we gotta press that orange button right here. And then we press 24.5 right here. And then, yeah, negative 180. Make sure it's that. XYZ, Euler.
need to experiment with all these values to create what you exactly need. Lastly, we need a base for this fort. So again, let's go to the wall factory to create a basic wall.
To create a basic wall. Alright. The wall factory, create a basic wall. Right here. Alright.
This time, we'll turn off the Krenels option.
Turn off the Krenels option. Bye-bye, Krenels.
And we need to reduce the height of this base to make it shorter. So let's change this bottom value to 13.5.
13.5. Interestingly,
And we need to place the entire fort on top of this, so let's select these parts together to 13.5. And we need to place the entire fort on top of this, so let's select these parts together then slightly move them upward, and fine-tune the position.
1851. Nope, it's just 1.51. Is it kind of touching? I think that it can go a little more down. Yeah, that looks great.
That takes us to the end of this exercise. We're ready with our fort model. Now you can add materials and other things.
This is just the basics, you guys. I may do part 2. Stay tuned for that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, even if I don't do part 2. Take care.